North Carolina, replacing Kenny Smith, the All-American.
That's a great luxury to be able to take an All-American guard out of there.
We see that pass by J.R. where you might be. That breaks the tie. North Carolina back in the lead. Penn has never led this game, but Baskin will do that for him.
Well, I think as long as Penn can stay close in this game and keep the confidence, that's going to be good.
Overall foul against North Carolina. That's just hard work under the boards, and Scott Williams, I think, is going to draw his, that's his middle name, Tyrone Phillip Pitts. Slashing type player, as you saw. Tom Snyder, young guy. Remember 2 years ago, he brought Lehigh into the NCAA and played Georgetown. Remember that? 1985. Well, he's moved over to Penn to rebuild. 10-10, tie for the second time. Lebo now, match in the backcourt with Ranzino Smith.
That zone seems to be causing North Carolina just a little bit of problem.
Good solid screen there, picked up by Williams.
Well, good board work by North Carolina that time.
12-10. It was Williams who's the hero, and a double overtime victory over Virginia kept them alive in the ACC tournament semifinals. Here goes Pitts down, has it put back in the state by Williams. Underneath Leftwich. Leftwich spinning for the layup. Can't get the rebound. For center, Leftwich does everything well except jump.
Well, you see Penn right there.
J.R. Reed. This is Reed. No basket. He was fouled going down court by 13-10 lead with 14-16 to go in the first half, and we'll be right back to Charlotte. As North Carolina 500, each team with 4. Penn's had surprisingly 3 more shots. Boy, did you see Leftwich take dead aim on Reed a moment ago? There's the scramble defense. They get a man open. Play him inside by Stovall.
Well, good job by Penn handling the half-court traps that time, and I know they worked a lot against that defense in practice yesterday.
North Carolina used a variety of defenses. A lot of trapping zones, man-to-man. There's the alley-oop on the inside of J.R. Reed. If he gets it there, you can forget it.
Yeah, definitely. That was about the easiest basket North Carolina's had this ball game, but anytime he gets it down low, he may as well write it down.
Both teams have scored 8 points to pay the piece, so the inside's been a standoff so far. Wilson runs into a blind alley outside. Shot is a three-pointer by Bromwell, his second of the half, and it ties the score at 15. Third tie.
Well, that was a line drive from three-point range.
Tip pass, Reed's got it anyway. Pump fake. Thompson. Here comes Bucknell in the follow. North Carolina. Nice kick by Bromwell.
Penn doing a good job of running their offense.
There's Leftwich. That's where he likes to wheel and deal. That's his first goal. Williams picks up his third foul. Puts out there is going to be a pass for Pennsylvania. Well, he can really get under a team's skin. There's J.R. Reed sitting down. Scored 9 points so far, and now with his third foul, he'll sit out the rest of this half. Running and hit by Leftwich to bring on the bonus. Boy, this game is full of surprises. Here's one. Look at that.
Well, that is 28 points in the paint for Penn to only 24 for North Carolina. I thought 28 points the entire game would be a lot for Pitt down low.
Pennsylvania leading by 2. Penn Quakers, dominant team in the Ivy League.
Well, they've changed their defense around now. Once again, they're pressuring all over the floor. They backed up now in that 2-3 zone.
Nobody said they could play with the ACC, but here's their answer, at least here in the first half. Kenny Smith wide open three. Smith has just dropped the first half. There's Leftwich again, drawing another foul. He's an excellent free thrower. Gets the 1-on-1.
Well, he spends a lot of time on the free throw line, and if you're going to be up there, it'll do you well to work on the free throw shooting and get that percentage up. And he does an excellent job, 5 of 5 for the game so far.
He said the team went to see Hoosiers the other night, and maybe that'll inspire him here against North Carolina. The score is tied up for the 7th time tonight. Back within 5.
Temple at 51-40. Southern scored 6 in a row. Bracelet, no. Bad shooting game for Bracelet. Rivas powered it up, and the foul is on Faulkner.
Crowd still not agreeing with that call, being fairly vocal. Played on their national team, also Puerto Rico, in their World Games back in Spain.
There's over the back foul against the Jaguars.
assistant right next to him was Tommy Green, who was a captain on this Southern team back in 77. In fact, little thing there, Avery Johnson had 20 assists in the Southwestern Athletic Conference tournament. That tied the school record, which was held. Officially now he's got 7 blocks, which seems like a lot more than that.
Blackwell controlling, 90% free thrower, and Southern puts him on the line.
Been really their downfall. They've done a good job. They've had a good season.
Blackwell with his 18th game now, 20 or more points, 33 consecutive over the double figures. Blackwell now has 22 points. Oh my, it's Perry. 19 points, the slam dunk, the assist to Blackwell.
Well, he's second all time at Temple in assists, and you see why there. Just a great move. Moved the defensive man away and then came back.
That shot was a high arcing one. Foul is going to go inside against Rivas. Nice move, no hoop. Volleyballed around and Southern the ball.
They're still riding Rivas this crowd. They're not going to let him go.
Temple 68 and Southern 50. Here's all the rebound. We're down now to 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the game.
Coach Ben Joe probably hasn't seen a poor shooting exhibition out of his club all year, is what he's experienced here this afternoon.
Evans double team. Rivas is open. Nice play and Perry. 21 points for Perry. And a double dribble call against Howie Evans. Gone as well, but you can be awfully proud of the Southern team. And Ben Jobe. Temple will win its 32nd game of the season. Washington gets the rebound. He scored 6 off the bench. We're down to the final seconds. But another foul will stop them. 19-point lead. Temple's going to get the ball back with 5 seconds remaining.
Disheartened crew of this Southern Jaguar team right now, but as you said, they've had a good season. They played hard, and they're up against the number 8 ranked team in the country in the Temple Owls.
And that's going to do it. John Chaney's Temple Owls have advanced to the second round of the NCAA Midwest region. Final score, the Temple Owls 75 and the Southern Jaguars 50.
And the man in the out-of-bounds situation. And it's Larkin still on Amaker.
They want Ferry off the fake. He puts it down to tie it at 60 at the 1:14 mark. 8 for Danny Ferry.
Remember, Danny Ferry wanted to foul on that play. Remember him making the big play against Kansas last year in the semifinals to seal that win for Duke. Larkin and King really going at it.
Kimbo to the baseline.
Oh, they are. Ricky drew the charge.
Ferry has been the shooter down the stretch. Strickland has been cold here this afternoon.
They want Amaker to touch the ball, but Larkin doing a good job preventing him from getting it.
The shot clock on the left. Strickland off a fake. He pulled up, missing. Comes out with the rebound, and Larkin reaching
Better as time moves on.
And Krzyzewski's defense has held Xavier to no field goal in the last 4.5 minutes. Run in the 1-on-1. Xavier needs a field goal to tie it. They have 20 seconds out of timeouts.
Let's see how they're going to break Larkin free. Here he is, a three-pointer.
He stepped inside, shoots the 2, it's short. Duke rebounds.
They fouled the right guy. Now, Brent, we get down to that deal. 6.
Hurry. It'll take a 3 to tie, and they did it.
Yes, sir.
What you've been saying.
They fouled. There's 4 seconds to go. They were not going to allow Larkin to go ahead.
Now,
NCAA tournament.
but the first one is the critical one.
Long.
He did not hit it. Duke wraps it up, and Duke is going to survive. Mike Krzyzewski will go to the regional against the man he worked for. Bring on the Hoosiers. Duke and Indiana.
He's doing a good job defensively, cutting off the passing lane, too.
Blackwell for the
diagram, right? That's kind of like the Marco Baldi play right there.
64 to 58. Let's go to the 10th option.
That's right. Hold it till the last second and let a guy who's been on the bench shoot a three.
Boy, that'll take the starch out of you. Work so hard defensively as someone nails you with the three and reaching in. Wilson again. That's 25 points for Breezewick. He has been Temple's most valuable performer here this afternoon. He has also pulled down 7 rebounds.
Kind of interesting, a guy such a good three-point shooter and only shooting 73% from the line.
4-point lead. Full court pressure. They'll want to get the ball into Irvin's hands, and they do. Now they wind up 3-on-2, but they do not go to the basket. They pull it back out, and Breezewick will put Anthony Wilson about him. 6 of 8 with the threes. Nikita Wilson with 16 points. Breezewick with the 20.
He trip to the Final Four either. He was there in 1981 with a ball club much more talented than this one. Nobody says never to Dale Brown anymore. Nice switch. Another nice switch. That's good defense there.
Evans, his three, short. Reaching back in and wrapping it up. Down there in the corner was Joe, and he is finally Evan.
You don't want to foul.
They commit a foul down here. They're over the line.
You score if you don't have it. Dangerous pass.
They trail it by 5 points as we approach the 110 mark.
You notice Dale Brown substitute an offensive and defensive team, brings Irvin back into offense.
Quick. Gonna have to put somebody on the line pretty soon.
I think they can get a backdoor cut to Oliver Brown. And now we got a mismatch.
Davis came out, committed the foul, and Cheney upset about that.
Could have played in this tournament with Sabonis.
Evans. LSU with the ball and a 7-point lead. 30 seconds intercepted by Evans. They get it back. Breezewick has to be looking for the three. Takes the three. He was confused by the NBA line. He could have taken it one more step.
Ought to give it up. Give it up.
Instead, he'll take the foul from Breezewick. He'll take the foul and go to the free throw line. We're down to 24. Stolen. And back by Evans. And the foul will go against Evans.
Maybe academic though.
Evans. And LSU will advance to Cincinnati and the Midwest Regional next Friday night. They'll play the winner of St. John's and...
The 3 guys that did it, name the 4th.
He's in there.
No, he's got one more he needs. And that second game jinx haunts Temple again.
Last year it was Kansas. This year LSU. And the Temple Owls go home empty, and LSU advances to Cincinnati. Here's the Blue Demons' home arena, suburban Chicago. Chicago against New York, if you will, and the city of Chicago always up for that second city complex. They always want a piece of a New York team. A foul is on Roger Williams' play against Manning. What a confrontation. Hamachi's a big-time player, couldn't get it to fall, and it is yanked down by the Redmen and lose it underneath. Oh, on the wraparound.
I guarantee you this guy will dream up some shots inside. You can tell he's a playground ball player, and he just creates things. Put press on at all times because you have to score in order to be in position to put the press on. And he wants to up-tempo this game. I don't know which guy I wish not to have to play to force an up-tempo, Jackson or Rivers.
The glass off, playing with that broken hand. He has a pad on the left side.
Great. I think I look all right.
Look at the brackets for today. Interestingly enough, all 4 number 1 seeds in the tournament are still alive. there'll be some common characteristics amongst those 4 teams. Obviously, they're all very talented. They're very well coached. They all possess good speed, but defense, which is what wins tournaments, these 4 teams are holding opponents to an average of 44% field goal shooting. And that's good, strong defense.
In overtime, and here's what happened.
Gamble. Yes!
So Iowa went with Kevin Gamble, and the gamble paid off. Now, this was Oklahoma's last-ditch effort. Running the baseline, David Johnson. The baseball pass to Ricky Grace. The shot is not there, and Iowa prevails. However, a closer look at the last second shows some very clever tactics by Billy Tubbs. First, you'll see Johnson entice Brad Lohaus with the basketball. Had he touched it, a technical would have been called. Then plan B, the pick play. Attempt to draw a foul with Tim McAllister. That didn't work, although there was contact. Then the baseball pass into the volleyball shot, which misfired. No miracle for Oklahoma, and Iowa advances on against UNLV. How about that game last night, Jim?
Give Billy Tubbs an awful lot of credit for trying to come up with 2 real brainy plays at time. Red Auerbach calls it having a coach's feel of the game, even under intense pressure. Real smart moves on his part. You know, Billy.
Years ago, Rick Pitino took over this team, a team that was 11-20. Now he has them in the Final Four. The Chevy MVPs for Providence, Darrell Wright. And you see Providence advancing on, and Darrell Wright is the Chevy MVP for the Friars. Reggie Williams completing 88-73. And who knows, maybe Bobby Knight could see Delray Brooks down in New Orleans. Pick it up in the first half. Steve Wright on the rejection. Carlton Screen will score at the other end, and the Friars led by 17 at halftime. Never letting Georgetown get back into this thing, really. Tempers flared in the second half. Billy Donovan and Charles Smith getting into a scuffle. Technical free throws were exchanged. In fact, Providence did most of its damage in this ball game from the inside. The save here by Brooks. This is Billy Donovan's first basket of the game, and it came in the final 10 minutes. Rick Pitino can just taste that jambalaya now down in New Orleans as the Friars are heading to Bourbon Street.
Not a defense that could put pressure on Syracuse. Then all of a sudden they decide to trap, and they were spread out. Syracuse attacked it perfectly.
At the free throw line, Syracuse in the first half, 5 of 14, but they have been perfect here in the second half. They are 5 of 5 with Cycli at the line.
Dean Smith has 3 guards in the game.
First miss. Ranzino Smith back in the game along with Kinney and Jeff Lebo.
Lebo doesn't have a field goal today.
Smith spins with that speed, goes in, comes way on the drive, layup. The semifinal. 2 minutes left in 15 seconds. North Carolina down by 3.
Surprise Lebo's on Douglas.
Shot clock is on the left.
Douglas can beat him if he can get the ball. There it is. Douglas is too quick for Lebo. Long.
Got it. Carolina's possession. Smith from the corner for the tie. Can't get it, and it goes to Trish.
But I don't know why he put up a 3 that early.
20 on the shot clock.
Is that his 5th?
On J.R. Reed's 4th personal foul on regional final. 13 rebounds today. Missed a big one, and Wolf has got it down, and Carolina with a chance to tie it. Now, Lebo has not hit a field goal yet today.
What I like is Syracuse is not giving up the 3-pointer.
So Ranzino short on the 2. Coleman's 14th rebound. Here's Monroe. And he is fouled. And that is a big step toward New Orleans.
Oh, he called it on the shot. It wasn't deliberate. I see. From our angle, we couldn't see that he had put him up. It's 2.
Blocking foul. Douglas picks a 73, 18 seconds. Carolina needs the 3. Smith goes in for the layup and then immediately called. And for defensive reasons, if they try to get it to Trish, Bucknell cut him away and a timeout is called. They had 3 timeouts, Syracuse, and they will use one. They get it into Douglas's hands and Smith fouls him right away. 1-1 is the signal over there at the table.
I can't believe that. That's 2.
Boeheim can't believe
Carolina. Game's over.
goes to the Final Four with 1 second left. There'll be no stopping Coach Jimmy Boeheim now.
You better be careful now. Players are out on the floor. We could have one of those technical foul situations.